You're not gonna make the decision that I'm gonna make. When I was broke, my thing was how I'm gonna make money. Okay, even though my car was old and they about to put me out, my thing was how can I make the money. In other words, so if you gave me the check and that's all you did for me, I'm gonna be broke because my mindset is that way. You see,
Right.
your mentality is screwed.
In other words, if you're a consumer, if you have a consumer mentality, you will
Right.
always be broke.
You see, in other words, no matter how much to give, you see, here's what white folk do for y'all. This is what white folk do for y'all. Now, some people like me said y'all, but anyway, they give you the money to make you feel good. Okay. But
Yeah.
it does not transform your life or your mind. Okay. So
Right.
if you give me the money, I know how I'm going to spend it. I know how I'm going to take $200 and flip a piece of real estate. I know I'm going to do something with it.
Right. Right.
But you'll get it. You go buy groceries, something else like that. Well, hell, I had to eat. I spent a whole week. It's ice 8 inches on the ground out here. I spent a whole week in a house and no heat and no utilities, eating cold beans. I can't have them right now. Out of a can, a loaf of bread.
Okay.
Ice on the ground. I had to get dressed to go to bed like in Mississippi. And I had to put on
Yeah.
me some
Right.
jeans and
Right.
everything else.
Right.
I said, damn, I'm back in Mississippi all over again.
That's right. So you never left. You never left home.
I said, damn. But my mindset, if I could stay in this situation until it changed, I'm gonna be all right. And that tells me that every time I'm in a hole, I ain't come out of it again. But
Well, yeah.
if you deliver me, I can't do it.
It's like you ever watch a bee?
The what?
A bee.
Yeah.
Bzzz.
Right,
And
right, right,
how they come through the screen? There's a hole in your screen, right?
right,
And they come in, right?
right,
And they come in and they start flying around, but they can't remember how they came in to get out.
right, right.
But when they do get out, it's no big deal. But in the meantime, we're like bees just running around in circles, not knowing how to get out
Right,
where we came in.
right. So you give me some money, $2,000,
Yes.
but my mind ain't changed.
Oh, right.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
See, when I learned the business from my dad, and I charged him in $600 something when I was a kid,
Right.
I knew something different. So when I walked on that job site, that white man could not address me by my first name because he said something different about that nigga. I don't know what it is, but there is something different.
Right. Because the way you
And
carry.
then I got to address him in that way.
Right. Exactly.
Of all the people he had 200 some people. But he said, that young man, I got mad. When I get mad, I don't care who you are. Which is often pointing my finger at. Black folks didn't point their finger at white folk back in those days. I said, come here. I said, come here. His secretary looked at me and she said, something wrong with him. Come up in your office and point his finger at you. I didn't know there was a difference because my dad always told them.
Right.
So I never experienced being told. Okay. Here's the other thing. We did not accept substandard anything, work behavior.
Right.
Period. There were some unwritten rules that there would be no such work that was not great work. I don't care if it rained all night long. I don't care how much snow is on the ground. You will perform, period. Even though the people you work for may not require you to do it.
Yeah.
But you will. I had holes in my boots one year.
Right.
In December. And that mud and water was freezing my toes. We built a fire on the outside. I had to get inside the truck that has no heat all night long. We were taking home at about 1:30, take a bath, eat, get into bed, and get back up at least by 6:30, walk to school. My mother picked us up, brought us home, she fed us, and took us back to the job site.
Whoa.
Took us back to the job site. It was just that way it was.
So that was your training.
That's a training. That I accept no excuses.
I got you. So
there's no.
So like, what do you see? I mean, obviously, unfortunately, most people can't train their children the way you were trained, and the
No.
way you're training your family. What would be some type of recommendation that you could give them?
Take total responsibility for everything.
Mm-hmm.
In words, you can't tell me a white man got your foot on your neck, because that bullshit don't resonate with me. I want to know what you're doing in your household every day. You can't tell me. You can't bring no stuff to me.
Right.
So don't even come this way. You know. So that's the way I look at it. You ain't gonna come up in here with that kind of crap. Talking about what are you doing? When you accept excuses, you don't grow because it blocks you from your potential to grow. Okay.
Right.
But when you're in an environment like we were in Mississippi, where we had to perform to be independent. If we did not perform, they was paying 90 cents an hour.
That was not an option.
Right. And I ain't working for no 90 cents an hour.
Right.
My daddy paid me more than that. Okay. So I ain't working for no 90 cents an hour. I ain't working all day. I ain't working a whole week. I never did in Mississippi.
90 cents a day?
Well, an hour, really. It's 90 cents an hour.
Well, it'd be say $8 for a day.
Yeah. That's what they paid.
Yeah.
So I ain't doing it.
I got you. So where do you see us going now as a nation, as a group of people, as a tribe?
Nowhere.
Okay.
Here's what I see. There are going to be a few kids who are going to make it to the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a whole lot who won't make it to the promised land. See, until you become a master of what you do, until you push for a certain level of performance, you don't get there. Until you learn that I give you $200 or $1,000 to get you over. Because here's the thing. I give you $1,400 stipend, whatever they give you, but I don't teach you anything. See, the rich man ain't gonna do that. The rich man ain't gonna do that. His thinking level is different. So to transform in your life, you got to think different. So they give you $1,400.
Here's the deal. Why is that? Why is it that we don't have that type of training or education or conditioning in our social systems or in our education systems?
Because the people you get to run it have never been through enough hell to learn anything, how to handle stuff. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They have not had. So you set up somebody black to Washington. They're gonna go out and give you all this money, but then nobody train you. So when the money's gone, you still screwed up.
Right, right.
You see what I'm talking about? You still messed up because you can't do anything. But if I'm gonna teach you, if you're my child, I'm gonna make sure I teach you because I want you to come back to my house. So you can come back to my house.
So now, would you say that the country's somewhat soft?
Yeah. Now y'all they won't like what I'm saying, but that's true.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question. It seems like we've been conditioned as a nation to be soft.
We have, and in particular, African Americans and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You see, anytime that Johnny go to school every day in your house, okay. Anytime that Johnny run your house,
oh yeah, you're in trouble.
And you're afraid of Johnny.
Right.
What happened with that pistol? You used to knock him in the head with.